Morning everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called XV by Frappy. This is not an XV puzzle. I don't know why it's called XV. I don't know if 15 is a theme. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Frappy is a master of Latin and he's playing with an idea. I don't know. Don't know. No idea. Um, this is a bit. I'm kind of happy. Frappy is someone who has supported the channel so much it's hard to express. And this is puzzle 750 on my channel. That's ignoring all special releases, the fact that some of the family day outs are released as, I think it was like 747A, 747B, and 747C. So it's not. But a lot of stuff has been released as theme connectors, so there's been multiple videos. I think it's like video, I must be getting close to like 1,000 now. And if I include BremSter games, I'm way over 1,000 now. Yeah, this is like official date puzzle release 750 because I tracked them all. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it means nothing, but this is by far the biggest project I've ever worked on in my life. And other things are starting to happen, and I've taken some feedback from some people you may have seen. I just released a few days ago, I released a jigsaw puzzle video because I'd had some feedback from people I was talking to and seeing a doctor that I needed to, sort of get some practice with my eyes away from screens, but also away from bad glare that I had some issues with. So I thought, okay, let's try and get back into jigsaw puzzles. And I thought maybe I could record them. And I don't know, maybe they'll generate no interest at all, but I had fun and I'm going to keep trying it. So I'm just playing with different stuff and having some fun. And speaking of having some fun, let's do a Frappy puzzle. So let's have a look at the rules. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Digits placed on an arrow must sum to the digit placed in that arrow circle. So the sum of any arrow, you put the digits that you put on the line of the arrow, sum those up, and put the sum into the circle of the arrow. There are no two-cell circles which are called pills, but that's the way this works. So the sum of those three cells goes here. The sum of those two cells goes here. Yeah, I'm not sure how tricky this one's going to be. There's a little bit going on. But anyway, cells separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio. So one of these cells will be double the other. Not all dots are necessarily given, which is good because not all dots are given is different to not all dots are necessarily given. Very different in English. I know not everyone here has English as a primary language. I'm going to restart my puzzle to restart the timer. Not that I really care about times, otherwise I'd be rushing straight into the puzzle right now. Let's give this a shot. So, okay, important stuff about black dots. I mean, there's important stuff about arrows too, but important stuff about black dots. So, on a black dot, any individual black dot, you must have one low digit and one even digit, because 1 doubles to 2, low and even. 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, 4 doubles to 8. Now, you can have two low digits. Remember, low being, I consider, less than 5 in this case. For some things, you have low being less than 5. Some case, it depends on which rule you're playing with. But in this case, 1 through 4. Sometimes you can have 2 low or 2 even. So 1, 2, both low. 2, 4, both low and both even. 3, 6, 1 is low, 1 is even. 4, 8, 1 is low, 1 is even. Both actually even as well. But you'll notice there's no such thing as a high odd digit on a black dot. But I find it important to think about the fact that you must always have a low and an even. A low and an even on a black dot, because if you're looking for pressure caused by potential, you may have, if I end up with, say, 3 even digits in this row, I know that the other one has to go on the dot, for example. So if you think about concepts that way, it can often help you solve. But where this matters is here, because with the 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8, 3 and 6 only partner with each other. So you can never, in a run of 3 three digits on black dots that see each other, you can never use 3, 6, because this would have to go 3, 6, and then I couldn't put anything here. I couldn't go back down to the 3, I couldn't go up to the 12, and 6, 3, I'd have to go, I couldn't go back up to the 6, I'd have to go down to 1.5. It does not work. So these are from 1, 2, 4, 8, and I can't put 1 or 8 in the middle because, so these are from 1, 2, 4, 8. If I put 1 in the middle, both of those have to be 2. That doesn't work. And if I put 8 in the middle, both of those have to be 4. That doesn't work. But I have to put 2 and 4 on this run because it's either going to be 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8, which tells me this is actually 3, 6 because if I don't use 3, 6, all that's left is 1, 8, and 1 and 8 are not in a relationship with each other. So this is 3 or 6. Now, if this is 6, this can't be 6. This right here is not 6, because if this is 6, these would have to be their minimum to get that to 9. So 6 on a 3-cell arrow, the only way, oh no, hang on, 6, 1, 1 would work, and this could be an 8. Ah, this could be a 6. See, this is what happens. See, I caught myself. But what I was saying is these couldn't be 1, 2 because I can't put 2 in either of those. But I could put 1 in both of those. Often with arrows like this, you will see in the rules that digits may repeat along arrows if allowed by other rules. On this one, you just have to figure it out for yourself. Now, this is not a 2. Now, if that's not a 2, what does that do to this run of digits? Now, 1, 2, 4... 2, 4, 8 doesn't work. So this can't be 8 now. Because if this is 8, this is 4, this is 2, and that doesn't work. So there's no 8 there. 1, 2, 4 works. 2, 4, 8 works. 1, 2, 4 works. So that's all good. Now, I've got the same down here. 1, 2, 4, 8. I can't put 1 or 8 in the middle. I can't put 2 there, so that takes 8 out of there. That does make this 3, 6. But I know the order on this one because of that 3. So this is 3, 6. Now that 6 means this is 1, 2, or 3 to make that one 9. Okay. Now, I can't put 2 or 3 into either of those. I could put 4 or 5 into one of them though, but there must be a 1 in one of those cells. Because if I don't put a 1 in one of those cells, the minimum they could be would be 4 and 4, because that 2 sees both of them and that 3 sees both of them. So there's a 1 in one of those cells, which means there's no 1 on that arrow. There's a lot going on here, and I'm not sure how to make this... There's a lot going on here, and I'm not really following it quite right yet. But this happens for me. Such as this can't be an 8. Oh, if this was an 8, this would have to be higher than an 8, so it's 9. And what do I put into those two cells? Half and half? So this is not an 8. I can do the same up here, but I'll get back to it, which means there's no 8 on this at all. So I can't put a 4 in the middle because then I'd need 2 and 8 on either side. So this is the 2. There's no 2 here, and this is 1, 2, 4. Now, I could do the same up here. If this is 8, this has to be higher than 8, so it becomes 9, the only available digit. And what do I put into those? 1, 0, or half, half, or whatever. This is not the 8. Not the 8. So this means that I can't make this a 4, or I'd need 2 and 8 on either side. So this is the 2. This is not the 2. That was way more obvious, and I just completely missed it. Now, that puts 2 in on this arrow, because I can't put 2 here, because I can't make 2 different digits sum up to 2. And it's the same here. 2 is on this arrow. Now, one of these is 1, so I can't put 1 on this arrow. And so, which I couldn't anyway. So, and it can't be 2, 3, because that's not available. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. But I'm not narrowing this down. Now, this one could be 5, I think. This one's not as restricted in this arrow. These bendy arrows are very, very strange. Oh, this 6 makes this 3. Why have I not resolved that earlier? And that's now a 2 by Sudoku, because I can't put 2 in there and I can't put 2 in there. So that is a 2. So this, well, if this is 2, 1, this is 3, and that doesn't work. So this is the 4, which means this is the... Hang on, I've broken the puzzle. How have I broken this puzzle? I have broken this puzzle. Okay, where did I go wrong? That all seemed good. That all seemed good. Did I make a mistake on the 9? Why did I put a 9 in here? I think this 9 was a mistake. Now, okay, this... Why did I put a 9 in there? I don't know why I put a 9 in there. I think that was a mistake. So anyway, this can't be 8. So this is 2, and this is not 2. Sorry, not 2. This can't be 8 for the reasons I've given. This is 2, this is not 2. Okay, we've got that. I think that was a mistake. I think that was an absolute blunder. Let's go from there. I think putting the 9 there and forcing that to be 3 was a mistake. 2 is in one of those two now. Now, if 2 is here, and I've also got 2 in one of those two, six is down here. Oh, I've still got 2 on this arrow and 2 on this arrow. So this, again, I must put a 1 on this arrow. Because 3 plus 1 plus 1... I could put 2 1s on this arrow, actually, I think. Actually, if I do that, what happens to this arrow? Because this would be 4. That would be at least 3. I can't put 2 1s on this arrow. Because if I put 2 1s on this arrow, if this goes 3 1 1, so this is 7 8 or 9. Because if I put 2 1, I need to put a 1 on this arrow. But if I put 2 1s on this arrow, what happens to this one? That has a minimum of 4, or that becomes 4. This then has a minimum of 3. So these are 7, but I couldn't put 1, 2, or 3 here. So this would be 4, and that would be an 11. So that doesn't work. I can't put 2 1s on this arrow. So 3 1, and the other digit would have to be at least 4? Because I couldn't use 2 or 3 in either of these. So this is not 7 either. Okay, this is absolutely playing with my brain. This can't be the 2. And I think that's an important thing. If this is the 2, and I did find this out earlier by breaking the puzzle when I put a 9 in here incorrectly, but I can see it. If this is a 2, if this was a 1, I'd have 2 1 3, and that cell would have no fill. If this was 2 4, that would have to be a 6, and that's not possible. So this is not the 2. This is the 2, which makes this the 8. Now, can I do similar up here? I don't think I can, because that can't be... This is a very strange puzzle. This is an incredibly strange puzzle. So there's A1 on this arrow, and there's A1 on this arrow. Which means there's a 1 in this column, not on the arrows, but it could be like there, and then in one of those. I don't wrap my head around this at all. I really don't. But I've really been enjoying like exploring puzzles recently. Like not just seeing stuff and then rushing on. So that's been fun. Now, 6 is down here somewhere, and that's okay. Like this could possibly be a 6 arrow. Now, surely I've got the same problem up here. If this was 611, actually this is something I explored right at the start. If this was 6, this couldn't be 1, 2, but could it be 1, 1? What would happen to this arrow if it had no 1s on it? Because I can't put 2s on this arrow either. Because this 2 knocks 2 out of there. This 2 knocks 2 out of there. So 2 is in one of those, but I can't put 2 there. So 2 is there. Basically, these cells are all seen by 2s. So if I put 2 1s here, there's no 1 or 2 on this arrow. This would be 4, 3, 3, which is 10. So there must be a 1 on this arrow. So this can't be 6, 1, 1, and that's a 3. That's crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. So I'm just going to mark these because I know there must be a 1. Actually, I don't know about that arrow. There is definitely a 1 on each of those arrows. I'm pretty certain because I can't put a 2 on these. If there's no 1, it's 4, 3, 3. So there is a 1 on this arrow. Does there have to be a 1 on this arrow? Yeah, because I can't use a 2. So if there was no 1, this would be 3, 4. That would be at least 4, and I've blown the total. There is a 1 in one of those two. So there's no 1 in... I'm going to do this because this is breaking my brain. There's no 1 in any of those cells. So that's a 4. No, that's on the arrow. What am I talking about? The problem is I'm not making X-wings here, I don't think. Because I've got these little bolt holes. I'm not sure this is helping me. There is a 1 in one of those 3, though, because I can't put 1 in any of those. So there's no 1 on any of those arrows. Wait, what? So the minimum of these now is 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is 14. So these have to sum to at least 14. Which means I can't use anything as low as 4. These are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That can't be 5. Can't be 6. So this is a 7, 8, or 9. This can't be 6 or 8. I have no idea if this is the intended solve path. I have no idea if I'm right. All I know is this is fascinating. Because these are still split over boxes. So I could put 1 here and 1 here. If I put 1 here, 1 is in one of those two. If I put 1 here, 1 is here. That would put 1 here and 1 in one of those two. 1 here would put 1 here, which would put 1 here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything forcing. I'm not wrapping my head around this. Like, if this is 1, It doesn't seem to force anything. Forces one into one of those and one of those, which knocks one out of all of those. Actually, that would have an implication on row 9. I think I'm overcomplicating this. 3 is in one of those two by Sudoku. No, 3 is on the arrow by Sudoku. That's a 3. Here we go. By Sudoku, that's a 3, because I can't make this 3 because these can't be 1, 1, and 1. So 3 is not there, 3 is not there, 3 is not there, and the arrowhead can't be 3. That's a 3. So that is not a 1. So 1 is in one of those two, so that is not a 1. So this is the 1. 3 plus 1, this is either 4 or 5. I still don't know. There's a 1 in one of those two. If this is 4, 3, 1, then this is 8, which would make this 3, 1, 5. If this is 1, 3, this couldn't be 1, 2, 3. So this is an 8, 9 pair is what I'm getting. Because if this is 1, 3, this has to be at least 4. So this is 1, 4, or 5 is what I'm getting. Which gives me a 1, 4, 5 triple. This is now a maximum of 7. But it's a minimum of 6. So this is 6 or 7, and this is 2, 4, 5. Which is giving me a 1. This is now a 1. Wait a minute. Because I can't make this 8 or 9, and I can't make this 5, because this would be 2, 3. So this is the only one, because I've got a 1, 2, 4, 5 quadruple. This is the 1, which makes this 4, which makes this 8, which makes this 9, which makes this 5, which makes this 2, 4, which makes this 6. That 1 puts 1 into one of those two because I can't put it there. That is not the 1. This is the 1, which means this is not the 1. Zathras revisits my channel. This is, of course, a 1. 3 is up here somewhere. I think this could be 2, 1, 3. Actually, what would that do there? It'd be 4, 5, 9, maybe. This is absolutely melting my brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. So 8 is in one of those two, so this is not 8. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. So this is 7, 8, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Where do I put 7 and 8 in this box? They're not in those two, and they're not in any of those. This is a 7, 8 pair. And the 8 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 8. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which tells me what that is. That's a 1. Which means this arrow is getting more restricted. This is crazy. I'm going to get rid of all of the grey and everything. I don't think it's helping me at this point. And I'm going to get rid of all of the green except for the fact that I know that one of those two is a 1. I'm hoping this was the way to solve this because I'm really not sure. Now, this is a maximum of 8 now. Now, minimum here is 1. Minimum here is 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Five is there. Okay, let's do Sudoku. This 5 looks up taking 5 out of those. So what? These are 6, 7, and 9, and must contain a 6. 8 is in one of those, but it's not there. 8 is in one of those two. Now this is 3, 1. This is at least a 4. So this is 8 or 9, and it can't be 8. That's a 9. So 3 plus 1, this is now a 5. Which means 5 is not there or there. 5 is in one of those two. Which means this is not a 5. This is a 7 or a 9. 5 is down here somewhere. This is melting my brain. This is not a 6 anymore. Can that be 6? Because this is a minimum of 4. This can't be 6. This is the 6. Because this can't be... Oh, no, wait a minute. This could be 1, which would make this a 4. And then this would have to be 1. This can't be 6. If this is a 1, this is the 4. This would have to be a 1, and it can't be. If this isn't a 1, it's a minimum of 4, and these would both have to be 1. That can't be 6. This is 6. Which puts 6 in one of those 3, but it's not here. Now, this is either 2, 6, 8, which it can't be, so this is 2, 4, 6. Giving me a 2, 4 pair in the row. But that forces this to be a 1, surely. Because these digits now are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 7, and 9. Now that can't be, these two can't be 3. And if this is 7, 2 1s would make that 9, but I can't put 2 1s in here. This can't be 7 or 9. This is the 1, this is the 4, this is the 1. I finally got there. I'm sure there's going to be people saying, this was an easy puzzle and I solved it in 12 minutes. Awesome. Congrats. I didn't. This is giving me a 7, 9 pair. So this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are a 1, 5, 6 triple. There's no 1 in either of those, so I put a 1 in the center of the grid. This 6 makes this the 5 and this the 6. The other possibility is I've just made a lot of mistakes. This is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, and 9. This 9 looks down, making that the 5. This becomes the 9. This quadruple is probably going to be powerful, because these have to be sequential. They could be 3, 4. They could be 4, 5. Actually, it's not that powerful. It can't be 5, 6, or 6, 7. So they're either 3, 4 with 4, 5, which gives me a 4, 5 pair. This is crazy. It's crazy good, but it's crazy. Actually, let's look at this triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, this is 3, 7, or 8. Now, it's already 5, so it's not 3. Now, 1, 3, 4 is the minimum, which would make this 8. So this is 3, this is 8. I take 3 and 8 out of there, that becomes the 7, which makes this the 8 by Sudoku. And these are 4 and 5. Now, I know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair. And the 8 here makes this the 9 and this the 8. So this is a 4, 5 pair. Because if this is a 4, this is a 5. If this is a 5, this is a 4. There's no 9 here, by the way, because of that 9. And these are 3, 6, and 7. So 3, 6, and 7, that is not the 6. There is a 3 in one of those two. Now, if this is a 3, this is 1, 2. This can't be 6 because it'd be 1, 5. And if it's 7, it's 1, 6. So this is 2 or 6. I'm sure I'm missing something there. Well, this is now a 3, 7 pair. Wait a minute. Oh, this 5 makes this 4, which makes this 5, which makes this 4. and this is a 2-6 pair. No 3, but the 6 here looks up making this the 2, which makes this the 6, which makes this the 7, which makes this the 3, which makes this the 6, which takes 6 out of there. 7-9 pair works. These arrows are going to have an impact, but I'll get back to them. This 3 makes this 4, which makes this 5, which makes this 4, which makes this 5. This is now a 7-9 pair. And this is a 1. Ones were so incredibly powerful. I had no idea if doing this trick with ones on arrows was the correct way. 3, 7. That's 3 looks down, making that 7 and that 3. Now, these two digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Well, if that's a 9, this arrow's in trouble. That's the 7, that's the 9. This has to be higher than 7, so that's the 9, which makes that the 2. Now, these digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 8. I'm not putting 8 on this arrow, so this is actually 3, 4, and that becomes a 7. This becomes the 8, which takes 8 out of there, which makes that the 8. The 7 looks across, this 7, by the way, I'm talking about, looks across, making that the 9. The 7 and the 9 look back, making that the 3, taking the 3 out of there. The 3, 4 look across, making that the 2 and that the 4. This 9 makes that the 7 and that the 9. I'm worried I've made a mistake. This is a 7. This 9 looks back, making that the 7, which looks up, making that the 9. There were multiple ways of doing that. This 4 looks back, making that the 2 and that the 4. And I'll use that 4 to look up, making that the 3 and that the 4. And that is the correct solution to the puzzle. 28 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, I know this was a new puzzle. This was only submitted to me this morning, like 2 hours ago, but I really wanted to do it. Holy cow, that was fun. I've no idea if exploring ones on arrows was the way to solve it, but it's the way I solved it, and it was fun. And that's all that matters. If you found another way to solve it, that's awesome. That's really cool. But that was the way I found, and it worked. And yay! That was really, really cool. That was a wonderful way to spend a Saturday morning after a very, very hectic week. I've got a very hectic weekend coming, but this was a great start to it. Thank you, Frappy, for the puzzle. Thank you, everyone, for seeing me through 750 videos. It's more than that, but this is video 750. Numbers are meaningless apart from when you're putting them into a Sudoku grid, right? Right? Yeah, really, really cool fun. I'm going to try and record another jigsaw video, though you won't see that for a couple of weeks. They take a long time to edit. Yeah, and I need to practice that, I know. Yeah, lots of fun. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this. Please check out the Modular Dutch Workshop Pack. There's still time. Yeah, thanks for just thank you, everyone, for everything that you do for the channel and the community. And as always, good luck with your solving.